Hi there, this is Patrick with a quick and easy lesson on doing scholarly research. If you're watching this video, then chances are you've been tasked to find some scholarly research. First, let's define what scholarly research is. Scholarly research is research that has been collected and written by academic experts. That is, people who have higher degrees, who are experts in their field, and have done special research to discover new ideas and new facts and create new theories about a subject matter. Scholarly research is really denoted by one major thing, and that is it has been peer reviewed. What peer review means is that it's not only written by experts, but it's been sent to other experts to read and to make sure that it meets all of the standards of research. So this makes it very, very credible information because not only has an expert written it, other experts have checked it out. So, to do scholarly research from the Lone Star College campus, the first thing you do is you go to the Lone Star website, lonestar.edu. From here, it's very easy to get to the research databases. What you'll find is on the left side of the screen, an LSCS library link. From there, you can actually go to this right box and click on research databases. Once you click that, this window will open, and you'll notice that there are several categories down here that you can look into. The categories include things like arts and humanities, criminal justice, geography, history, pretty much every category of every kind of class you might be taking. So depending on what class you're taking, you can choose your different category. Because we're teaching and learning about communication, we're going to choose the social sciences category because communication falls into the social sciences. From here, you have several choices of databases. You can choose Academic Search Complete, Films on Demand, which are short films, which are educational films, JSTOR, which is a historic journal index, Project Muse, another index of journals, and then we have Psychology and Behavioral Sciences. There's also a few others right down below. Now, to be clear, all of these would be fine. Chances are the films on demand not going to be quite as helpful, but any of these will work just fine. Now, to be clear, what a journal is basically like a magazine that is published by experts for other experts and contains peer-reviewed articles. So I like to use Academic Search Complete. I think it's one of the best out there. So I'll click on that. It's going to open up a brand new window. Now, at this point, if you are off campus, what's going to happen is you're going to get a library login screen because if you're off campus, you cannot use this database without logging in. To log in, all you have to do is get out your student ID. On the back of your student ID is a long barcode. You'll type that in, and you should also have a PIN number to go with it. Now, if you don't have a student ID, you should get a student ID. Your student ID is free to you as a student of Lone Star College. You absolutely need this if you're going to be doing any research off campus. All right, so here we are on the Academic Search Complete search page. The first thing you're going to want to do is click on Advanced Search. What this will do is open up a new kind of search window. Up here, you'll find the fields that you can search in, and you can add more fields as you want. So you can add as many fields and however you want to make your search more specific. So I want to research something about probably conflict. If I'm not going to do a more advanced search, I can leave these blank. I'm just going to search for a basic articles on conflict. So I'm going to click uh, type in conflict. Down here, I'm going to click in the full text, and I'm going to click scholarly peer-reviewed journals. By clicking those two things, I'm going to make sure, number one, that all of the articles I get are the entire text, not just a small abstract, and also that everything is peer-reviewed. Click search, and we'll see what comes back when I type in conflict. And we see that we got up here in the top left 48,884 results. That is a lot of conflict, and that's going to be way too much for me to do. So I'm going to want to narrow this down, and this is where the advanced search comes in. Conflict, and I want to talk about management of that conflict, and I want to talk about I want to talk about communication specifically. So let's see how many this will bring back now. Again, doing the search, and we now have 564 results, which I think you'll agree is much better. So what you start doing now is you start just browsing through titles. Some titles you're not going to be able to read because they're in different languages, like this one that is in Turkish. Some titles are going to not be as applicable to what you want. So this one says, does locus of control predict young adult conflict strategies with superiors? An examination of control orientation in the organizational communication conflict instrument. Well, I really don't care about conflict with superiors because that seems like workplace conflict. What I really want to focus on is conflict within a family. Let's see, manager's duty to maintain good workplace communication skills. Again, that's workplace. Nursing management, that's workplace. Let's see, the communication process in post-conflict period. Well, this might work. I'm going to click on this, and what it's going to do is it's going to open up an information page. On this information page, it's going to have what we call an abstract. Now, you can't cite an abstract. That is absolutely something you should never do. However, this will tell you whether or not this is an article that will be helpful for you. So you can just scan the abstract and see if this works. Let's see, we refer to the post-conflict period as an ambiguous period caused by political and military contradictions, but also by complexity. Uh, do, do, do. This really doesn't seem to be about families. It's about political type things. So that's not going to work. I'm going to go back to my result list and continue looking. And the thing about research is you're not going to, the first thing you see is not going to be, not going to work for you. I'm going to come down here. Humor in conflict discussions, comparing partners' perceptions. Now this looks interesting. The study assessed romantic partners' perceptions of their own and each other's humor usage during a conflict discussion. Okay, well, you know what? I was going to write about my wife, and I think that this could work now. So this is from the Humor International Journal of Humor Research. This is peer-reviewed. This is an actual real journal, and this would work. At this point, what I want to do is I might want to just read a little bit of the full text. So I'm going to click that. Click the full text, and it's transferring data, and it's going to go a little bit on the slow side. There we go. So this is the whole article. And this is why written by Amy Bippis. I know that person. Actually, it's kind of weird. And we're just going to kind of look through here, see if there's some information here that I could use. It looks like there is some information. What I probably want to do next is I want to email this. So I'm going to email. And the reason I'm going to email it is because that way I'll always have a copy of this wherever I go. I don't have to worry about printing it out and losing it. Conflict article. The other great thing that this will do is that it will tell you, it will send you a citation. So if you click citation format over here, you can choose APA. Now, I want to caution you, this citation may not be the best citation possible. So don't just assume that it sends you the correct citation. It might be wrong. I'm going to click send, continue, and it should come to me in just a moment. Hold on one second while I wait for that. So I received the email. Now, here is the what it sends me. It actually has a attachment of the PDF right here, so I can open that PDF up. It has a link to the information, and also, like I said, it has your APA citation. You'll notice this APA citation is absolutely correct. You would just cut and paste this into your Works Cited page. Here's what happens sometimes, though. Sometimes the citation is wrong. For example, sometimes I've seen them send me a citation where all of the author's names are all capital letters. That's obviously wrong. Sometimes I'll see where they'll capitalize parts of the title that shouldn't be capitalized. That would be wrong. So don't just, again, assume that that citation is going to be absolutely correct. So that is citation. That's research in a nutshell. I could continue my research just by going back to, whoops, let's see. A lot of times I get confused about how to get out of this. All right, result list up here in the top left, right there in front of me. I can go back. I can look at some more articles. I can refine my search some more. I'm like, this isn't getting me enough stuff. I want to add in, the word romantic so that I can get things on romantic partners and see if this will refine my certain results even more. And you'll notice now we're down to 3 results. Sometimes when you refine your results, it's too specific. But if I only need to say 3 sources, this could be my 3 sources right there. So that's the nuts and bolts of citation. It doesn't matter if you use this one, if you use this one, they all will work just fine. That is all I have for today. I hope you have